a pranic healer who has been able to transform many lives by following the footsteps. Raiser and the press conference of the event that is going to happen on the 18th and 19th of November 2023. It will be a course on stress management. Did you want to know that? Okay. It will be a course on stress management, and আমরা আজকে স্ট্রেস ম্যানেজমেন্ট ওয়ার্কশপ এটা হতে চলেছে, সেটার বিষয়ে আমরা বিভিন্ন রকম কথা বলবো। আগে সীমাজি বলবেন, তারপরে আমরা ফ্লোরকে ওপেন করে দেবো মিডিয়ার জন্য। যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে, কিছু থাকে, তাহলে সীমাজি এন্ড হিমাংশু এসে সেটাকে আপনাদের আনসার করবে, and then we will have a vote of thanks from Himanshu. So আমি অনুরোধ করব সীমাজিকে এখানে এসে মিডিয়া।
Namaste all of you to this beautiful, I would say, an interactive show with us today. I really want to thank one person, that is Lalji from David and Goliath, who is not here in Kolkata right now, but he really wants the beautiful programs and the lovely programs or whatever workshops for Kolkata people. And he is very connected with the energy world, and because I belong to an energy world, I'm a pranic healer for the past 20 years, and I'm dealing with all kinds of energy workshops, healing, crystal therapies, no-touch therapies, and all kinds of management of life without medicine. So we thought to bring Kailash sir, Guruji from Tirupati, the land of manifestation, because he is an excellent person. He's an excellent energy, dynamic, personified person who can create any powerful energies within a person. And any problem or any situation where there is a uneasiness in life, he can take care with the energy world. So because we deal with the energy dynamics, we wanted to conduct a workshop related to stress management. Now, what is stress and how do we manage this whole thing? We are going to talk about it right now. And I want to thank Joy and the team of Crystal Truths and David Goliath, and all of you especially who have come here today on a Monday afternoon, a very busy day, and you have chosen to come here and listen to us. Thank you so much for coming. So I would first like to speak about stress management, because we are doing this course in November, 18th and 19th November. And we wanted that people of Kolkata should know that what it is all about. So we decided to do a press conference, because from you people, from the media, we can spread to the entire Kolkata. And it is you all who can give the right words to our course. Like, you can give it in a beautiful way, the way it is. So I think we chose you all to come here today. And stress management is related to manage your mind, your body, and your emotions completely. Now what happens is that most of the time we are not even aware of what stress is. Because if I ask anybody, are you in stress? They say, yeah, I'm in stress, but I don't know what stress it is all about. So stress is something to do with the pressures. Now what are pressures? We have family pressures, we have business pressures, we have our educational pressures, we have work pressures, we have commitments, and we have targets. And for desired results, we are under pressure all the time. So what happens is that when we have the pressure with us, we are not realizing that where it is leading us to. Most of the time, if you see, can we do an experiment, like a small thing, what stress is all about? So can you just press your palms like this, if you all can, because you are holding your mobiles and everything. So when we press the palm, and you press it hard, can you please try, press it hard and harder. You see there is a kind of pressure, like beyond that you can't go. So what is there in between is the pressure. The pressure of life, the pressure of anything which we are not able to deal with. Now, what happens when there is pressure? This has a cause and effect. The stress it is a series of problems where we go into, we start suffering, because stress will lead you to tension. Now what is stress? Like something which is not favorable. You will see that your wife or your friend or your mother or your child is not happy, and you see a frown on their face, and immediately you get stressed. You can't do anything about it at that moment of time, but you get stressed. And you feel, why this person is so, it's a snappy mood. So this tension you carry with you, go on suffering with this kind of tension which is there in you, then this tension leads to irritability. Now, if your person, your office staff will come to you at that point of time saying, "Sab, ye kaam hai," you'll be like, "Kya baat hai?" The stress came with tension. The tension brought irritability in you. So that irritable nature, what will happen after, when you're irritable, you just snap. Instantly you get angry. And then a person will say, "यार ये आदमी बहुत rude है. ये बात करने का इसको तरीका नहीं, देखो कैसे बात करे." You are a very sober person, but you came out to be a maniac. You might shout, you might abuse, you might get angry. Now this irritability brought into this kind of hysterical nature in you. Then after 2 days, suppose you're carrying the stress within you, you suddenly become a rude person, a person who speaks a foul language, or you might get into some kind of habits if you're not used to smoking or not used to alcohol, whatever. I'm not saying it's wrong, but you start doing it more because you want to erase that stress from your mind at that point of time, which happened 2 days back. So you get totally helpless with the irritable situation, and you become hysterical, and then you get very angry. So it's a series which comes with stress. So stress leads to a lot of problems in our life which we do not even realize. Even a frown, even if a frown it's a stress which is there within you because you're carrying a target or a pressure or something of a kind which you're not able to deal with. Like, I want to tell you one story. Are you interested? A small story. It's okay? So, because I'm a healer, a very famous neurologist of Kolkata, his son is unwell. He is completely into drugs, and he came to us for healing. He's a neurologist and a neurosurgeon. But because of the stress he's carrying of his son, who is a drug addict and alcoholic, he fails a lot of major surgeries. He makes small mistakes which he knows. He's doing it fine with the patients, he's wonderful, but small little mistakes because of the stress he's carrying with him. And there are small mistakes which is there in the OT. And then he came and confessed with us, and he said that, "How do I deal with this, ma'am? Because this is totally, I'm a person who is not with stress. I practice yoga, I practice a lot of good things, but in spite of that, I have a lot of stress, and it affects my work." So we have these people from corporates. They are doing very well when they sit down like us and speaking, or they are on the platform with a lot of people. They seem to be perfect, but they're carrying a lot of stress and workload, and small little habits which affect their mentality. It shows in their day-to-day lives. Their hunger goes away, their legs start shaking. Even when they're sitting quietly, their legs are shaking. On the physical aspect. On the emotional aspect, they are very sad and depressed, but they don't show that to people. They are most of the time very angry and short-tempered. On the physical level, there are a lot of things, especially digestion, will just go away for a toss. Mentally, you'll have headaches, you will not have clarity of mind, you start forgetting things. You think stress is a very small thing, it is not. Because there's a series of problems which comes with the stress. So what happens, we all know about stress, but how to deal with it? We are like, ab hai to hai, stress kya kar sakte? It's nothing like that, because with the stress management workshop, that's where we come. We will give you techniques, formulas, and ways to get rid of the stress with certain techniques. We will not say, you sit in a class where it's an interactive workshop and you listen to all kind of gyan from a teacher who comes from Tirupati, and he talks to you about stress and everything, and you're like, wow, you felt so good in the first 2 days. It's not like that. We'll give you certain techniques and formulas and ways to deal with your stress, which only you know that you're carrying. You have work pressures, which you know that you have to finish at that particular time, but you're not able to do it because you can't tell your wife or your family or your friends कि नहीं कर पा रहे, because there's something which is there in my mind which is not functioning in the right manner. So stress really affects your psyche, your mental condition, your emotional condition, and your physical condition. You have work pressure, episodic pressures are there. Where there are situations, there is a target for an event or something, and then under the pressure, you make mistakes, you forget the most important thing, and you're like, how could I forget? Because I am a person who's perfect, and I made this mistake, how could I do that? So, managing the stress with the workshop, where we teach you how to manage the stress in a very technical way. We teach you a lot of techniques. where you can gradually work on your stressful conditions. We teach you formulas, we teach you technique of writing a journal every day. We give you a journal where you can write every day about your situation or your condition, and you pour out everything, whatever is in it, in your mind, and release it. You tear it, you burn it, you let go. Like one of the examples, we teach pause. So a lot of these techniques are taught in the workshop, where it's not like just a lecture. A problem in my life at once upon a time, and this stress management course changed my life completely. Because dealing with commutes, dealing with the family members and your responsibilities, things have become better. Otherwise, you're most of the time irritated, and it looks ugly. One has to be very graceful and very polite and very happy most of the time. So we teach you techniques to become happy. Very simple techniques, because it's like it will take you 1 minute and you can be happy instantly. And then the stress level is released. Would you like to, can I share some experiments with you all? Would you like to do? Yes. So let's do it simple. When the body is full of stress, everything will be clogged. You will not attract the right people in your life. You will only attract people who are stressful. You will attract people who are very irritated. You will attract people who are very angry all the time. So you have to change your energy field. So if I give you an example, just place one of your palm like this, one palm. So if you can compare which is heavier, energy body, chakras, and the energy which is around us. Now, today, since we are talking about the stress management workshop, I will not talk to you much about energy and the energy world and pranic healing. And my focus is more with the stress management course here today. So what I was, the stressful